Hi, I'm Daniel and welcome back for another Instocktrades video. I'm gonna show you my most recent trades and hardcovers. It's 9 in total, and from various publishers, and it's 6 trade paperbacks and 3 hardcovers. And I'm just gonna let you know a little bit about these pickups as well, as I usually do. Currently I'm reading Brian Azzarello and Cliff Chang's Wonder Woman run. I'm up to volume 4, which I'm gonna read right after I finish Low volume 2. I got them earlier in the summer, and I've been putting it off reading them, but I'm a bit sorry I did because they are amazing. Really fun adventure, action adventure, and I like the little twists they have brought to the character and the stories. Now let's just dive into the haul, I guess. First off, I have a Dynamite book, just finishing off a 3-volume run. I have volume 1 and 3 of this. When I bought them at half price off at my local comic shop, and they did not have volume 2, so I had to put an order through for it. The series I'm talking about is Battlestar Galactica. It's written by Greg Pak and drawn by Nigel Raynor, and the story takes place in between episodes of season 2 of the TV series. So basically it follows the same storyline, but I guess you get the story fleshed out in this comic book version. Just happy to have it. I loved the Battlestar Galactica show when it was on TV. That's the only Dynamite series I have so far. We'll see if I find another series that piques my interest. Then I picked up an Image comic, volume 2, in this run. I loved volume 1. It's created by Chris Dinges and Matthew Roberts, and the series I'm talking about, it's Manifest Destiny. This collects issues 7 to 12, and the neat thing about this is that it basically reads as a graphic novel. There's no dividers in between issues, so it just flows through the whole book. Just like The Walking Dead and a couple of other series I've read. I'm hoping that the story keeps keeps the original flow from volume 1, and the interesting story as well. It's called Amphibia and Insecta, so I'm guessing there's insects and amphibious creatures involved in this one instead of flora and fauna like the last time. So I'm happy to have this, and I'm excited to continue reading this as soon as I am able. I also picked up a trade that I've been waiting for a long time, but I was hoping that Vertigo was gonna put out a hardcover collection for this series instead, but they chose another route, putting it into trades instead. And the series I'm talking about is Brian Wood's Northlanders. A bit disappointed that they didn't put it into a hardcover collection. I think that they would have it would have been a really nice hardcover book, and I'm a bit disappointed in the construction of this particular trade as well, because it's humongous. It's really thick, as you can see. So that kind of leads me to wonder if it's gonna break the spine when I'm reading it. But I'm excited to actually have the Northlanders saga. On this one, the volume 1 is called the Anglo-Saxon saga as well. And this book collects issues number 1 through 16, 18 through 19, and number 41. I guess they revisited this storyline to finish it off in number 41. I'm really happy to actually finally get to read the Northlanders saga. I like the Viking era stories, and yeah, the art is split in between two artists, David Gianfelice, and he has done Daredevil Reborn, and then Ryan Kelly is also on art duties here. He's done Lucifer. I think that's a title connected to Sandman saga, I guess. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. Next up, I have a few Marvel titles, and the first one I'm gonna show you guys is a title written by Brian K. Vaughan, and it's Mystique, the Ultimate Edition. And the subtitle of this is basically Mystique, Agent of Xavier. So in this title, she has made so many enemies and reluctantly go to work for Professor X, but she doesn't get to join any of the X teams. She instead is recruited as a secret agent that does sensitive missions for Professor X. Such missions that can't be associated with the X-Men or any other X-Men team. So it sounds quite interesting, and I have there are a few different artists involved. George Lucas or Jorge Lucas, Michael Ryan, and Manuel Garcia. So I'm quite intrigued by this. The artwork looks fine. Typical Marvel artwork, I guess. The other Marvel series I picked up is written by Kelly Sue DeConnick, and it's illustrated by a host of different artists, so it's too many to mention. But it's Captain Marvel, and it's the run that went on before the whole Marvel Now relaunch, I think. And I really enjoyed Captain Marvel in the Marvel Now, even though it was quite fragmented. I think there were two different, or at least one of those little events going on. I think the event was called Black Vortex or something. But I enjoyed it. Her as a cosmic avenger, that's at least the tagline they used. And I thought it was quite fun, space adventure or cosmic adventure. I'm not sure what they do in this series, but I enjoy the character and I want to read more of the Captain Marvel with Carol Danvers as the Captain Marvel character. So I'm gonna continue reading the all different Captain Marvel, I guess, that they're releasing right now later on, but I want to read this first and pick up volume 2 as well when it's released now in the fall. So that's Captain Marvel, at least. Collects issue 1 to 12. Next up, I have a Marvel title as well, but it's in the Marvel Max line, It's Punisher, volume 2 or book 2. It collects issues 13 to 30, and it's written by Garth Ennis, as you may already know, and illustrated by Dougie Braithwaite and Leonardo Fernandez. I enjoyed volume 1 of this series. I just plowed through that in a couple of evenings, and I'm excited to continue reading this as soon as I can get time for it. I want to finish this before they release volume 3 of this book. I think there's going to be a total of 4 volumes. So I enjoy these thick ultimate collections or complete collections they do for Marvel. There's a lot of reading material in these books, and they are always nicely put together. Next, I've got these hardcovers I was talking about. They're a bit heavy. First off, I've seen many YouTubers have these books on the shelves, and I've seen a few reviews of them. My friend Joachim Comic Center picked volume 1, 2 and 3 up in a recent haul video, I think, and another YouTuber named Rez did a short review on these books, which got me excited about them. I had ordered them before, but she made a nice little review of these books that got me a bit excited. The books I'm talking about are basically Scalped volume book 1 and 2. These Vertigo books are really nice put together, and even though they are glued binding, as you can see, these books usually are easy to read. You usually don't have to wrestle the book to read it, as you can see. It's a bit tight, but what you gonna do? It's a glued binding. I think the story is gonna be a bit like a crime undercover noir, action drama. I did like Jason Aaron's writing on Southern Bastards, and I hope that this might be in the same vein. I'm really happy to have these. These are always good books, or nicely put together books by Vertigo, so I'm hoping the story matches the quality of the book. The last book of this haul is a huge book. It's written by Ed Brubaker and Greg Rucka, and illustrated by Michael Lark, and it's Gotham Central. This is a beautifully put together book. The binding is basically flawless, and the book itself sounds really interesting to me. I do enjoy the Gotham scene in comics, and I know that there aren't many superheroes connected to this book. There are some villains, and sometimes Batman show up, but that's what I've heard. I was about to pick up the trades, but then this just showed up on Instock, so I had no idea that they were putting out a omnibus of this series, so I had to pick this up instead because it looks so nice. And well, I guess I'm an omnibus collector now, right? This is my third omnibus, if you actually count Superior Foes of Spider-Man as an actual omnibus, but this looks really nice, and I'm excited to get to read this. I'm probably gonna read this in smaller smaller bits, like a story arc to story arc, and read something else in between, because this is a thick book, as you can see. So we'll see. And as always, thank you for watching me ramble on about these recent pickups. And if you are curious about any of these books, please leave a comment down below. And I hope to see you soon in another video. Bye bye.